How the children's book, The Three Little Pigs, can help you with your half or full marathon training. Tony Johnson here from officialtonyjohnson.com. In today's video, we'll be talking about the children's book, The Three Little Pigs, and how it can help you with your half or full marathon training. But before we dive into that, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video to spread this content to more runners who are training for half and full marathons. Now, if you don't recall, the children's book is about three little pigs and a big bad wolf. The first pig, he builds his house out of straws. The big bad wolf comes and huffs and puffs, blows his house down, and the little pig gets eaten. The second pig, she builds her house out of sticks. The big bad wolf comes, huffs and puffs, blows her little house down, and she gets eaten too. Now the third pig, a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser, puts in a little bit more work. He builds his house out of bricks. The big bad wolf comes, huffs and puffs, and he could not blow his house down. Now, you're probably asking, what does this have to do with training and how is this book going to help me whatsoever? So here's the reality of it. A lot of runners, especially beginners, build their house, build their training plan, build their bodies out of sticks and straws. And what I mean by that is their training plans consist of them running 5, 6, 7 times a week, running speed intervals and running hills. And if you're only running, you're developing muscle imbalances and you're leaving yourself susceptible to injuries. In this case, it's the big bad wolf. So you train, you run every single day, the big bad wolf comes, in this case it's injuries, and you're not able to train as much as you would like. You have to be off your feet for an extended period of time. You can't get the miles in. You can't progress as well. It affects your overall time for the race. It affects your mindset and everything to go with training, just because the way you structured your plan and because you got injured. Now you're probably asking, okay, how do I build my training plan out of bricks? And so the big bad wolf injuries do not affect me. Well, you do that by incorporating strength training into your routine. And before I dive into that, I actually made the same mistake. On my first marathon that I ran a few years ago, my training plan consisted of me running 5 times per week. I was doing that, and a few weeks, a month after that, I got runner's knee. I injured my right knee. I couldn't run at all. It actually hurt to walk, and I couldn't progress in my training. And then shortly after that, I injured my left knee, and I couldn't run. So for about 2 months, I really couldn't progress in my training. And as you know, there's a date when your marathon is. You can't push it back based on inconveniences and injuries and other things like that. And so you have to figure out a way to train around it or not train as much as you would like. And so because I was running so much, I got injured. And it wasn't until I incorporated strength training back into my routine that I was able to really progress with my training. And so in this analogy with the big bad wolf and the 3 pigs, is you want to make sure that you build your training plan, you build your body out of bricks, and you do that by incorporating strength training into your routine. Now you're probably asking, okay, well, what do I need to do for strength training? How often? What exercises? And you only need to do it 3 times a week at the minimum, I would say. You don't need to do it every single day. You don't need to do it, for hours and hours upon per day, but I would say at least 3 times a week. Anything less than that, you won't really get as good of results. And the reason I say 3 times a week is because that allows you to train each muscle group at least 1 time per week. The way I structure my strength training is I'll do a push, a pull, and a leg day. That's a split. And a push is training your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. A pull is back and biceps, and a legs, of course, is your legs, your glutes, your hamstrings, and quads. And I do all my workouts in about an hour at the gym. I don't do any home workouts with bands or super lightweight. All my exercises and routines are done at the gym, which is a lot better for progressing your training and getting better results than doing a couple pound dumbbells at home. It's not as effective. So that's how I'll structure my routine, and I'll run 3 times a week and I'll strength train 3 times a week. And because I do that, I am not developing muscle imbalances. All my muscles are getting stronger. Like I said, if you only run, you're developing muscle imbalances, and that will lead to at least increase the likelihood of you getting injured. But if you strength train, then all the muscles in your body are getting stronger, and so the likelihood of you getting injured is drastically reduced. And then on top of that, getting stronger helps with speed. It helps with running farther, because the stronger you are, you'll be able to use that in your running, especially in the later miles, because those last few miles, especially on the marathon, and you can even make the argument for the half marathon, it comes down to strength, mental and physical strength. And so being as strong as possible is gonna help you tenfold in your training. So it's very important that you do incorporate strength training into your routine. And so that is why, and that is how you can take a lesson out of the 3 Little Pigs and help you with your half a full marathon training. Just to recap, if you build your training plan out of sticks and straws by running every single day, the big bad wolf is going to come, injuries are going to happen, and you're not going to be able to train as well. If you build your training plan and your body out of bricks by incorporating strength training, injuries aren't going to happen, you'll be faster, you'll be able to run farther, and you'll get way better results on your time for your half and full marathon. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I created a brand new webinar on how to train for a half or full marathon without having to run 5+ times a week, speed intervals or hills, and how you can too, even if it's your very first race and you have no experience. It's a free training, there's no cost, you just gotta register for it. There's a link in the bio where you can register for it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and it'll talk about everything that you need about training for the races, what strength training routines and exercises to do. It's very in-depth. There's a full training plan that you can copy and paste. It will really help you with your half and full marathon training, and of course it is free, so make sure to register for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.